Hi, myself is Dr. Hafiz Ahmad, Selection Grade Lecturer, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Shrimati LV Government Polytechnic, Hassan. I welcome to this session for a talk on or presentation on coordinate measuring machine. This topic is included in the mechanical measurement subject for third semester mechanical engineering students, and CMM or the coordinate measuring machine is covered in the chapter 1 or the unit 1, and today is the 12th session of this chapter. And today's contents to be present to make presentation include, or my topic includes, the introduction to CMM or the coordinate measuring machine, types of CMM, uses of CMM, advantages of CMM, and disadvantages of CMM. These coordinate measuring machines are simply known as CMMs, and these CMMs are used for measuring three-dimensional measurements. Means it can be measured in all the three axes, that is X, Y and Z. Also, the CMMs are used to measure large and complex parts. Large may be as big as car, or it may be as small as a hairpin. A small needle can also be measured in case of a coordinate measuring machine. Also, these CMMs are used to measure any physical characteristics of the object, whether it may be a groove, or it may be any type of depth, or any shape of profile. Even a warped surface can be measured by means of coordinate measuring machine. That is called as the physical characteristic. Measuring of any shape, any complex shape, is called as the physical characteristic. And this shows the schematic diagram of a coordinate measuring machine. And these machines have precise movements in X, Y and Z coordinates, which can be easily controlled and measured. Means it is going to have three mutually perpendicular axes to each other, and on each axis we can have a control, and on each axis the distance can be easily measured. And on all these three axes, X, Y and Z axes, linear transducers are mounted. In all the three mutual perpendicular axes, three linear transducers are mounted on X, Y and Z axes. And these linear transducers are going to give the digital display. And not only it gives the digital display, but also it senses the positive and negative direction. If these are the three mutually perpendicular X and Y, Z directions, and if you see, this is the plus direction, actually it will be like this. This is the X direction, Y direction and Z direction. It may give, if it is moving towards the right from the reference or the origin, it is considered as positive. From the reference, if it is moves towards the left side, then we call it as a negative. Then similarly, this is the Z axis, Y axis. If you are moving towards this, we call it as a positive. Moving that side, we call it as a negative. Similarly, if it is moving in the upward direction, we call it as a positive direction. Below this, we call it as a negative direction. Therefore, a coordinate measuring machine, it has three mutually perpendicular axes which can be controlled in directions. And also on these three axes, linear transducers are mounted, and these linear transducers are going to give the digital display, and also it senses the positive and negative directions. And these CMMs can be produced or manufactured in both manual and computer controlled models. Means these CNC machines are controlled either using computers or it can be controlled by an operator also. And if you see here, this is the measuring head. This is the very important in case of a CMM. This measuring head always has a probe. This is the probe tip, and this probe tip can be available in different varieties or in the different kinds. The different varieties may include a mechanical taper tip, or it may include a ball tip, or it may include a laser tip, or it may be made up of a white light. That is a monochromatic white light. Monochromatic means single wavelength. A CNC machine or the CMM machines will have a measuring head. This measuring head consists of a probe, and this probe is made up of either a mechanical taper tip, or it may be made up of a mechanical ball tip, or it may be made up of a laser tip, or it may be made up of a white light. And also you should remember, generally the measurement is done by the probe attached to the third moving axis. Here the third moving axis is always Z axis. Probe is always attached to the Z axis, and the measurement is taken in this Z axis only. Now a machine which takes the reading in 6 degrees of freedom. Now you have seen it has 3 mutually perpendicular axes. Now here 6 degrees of freedom means it may have 2 different concepts. One is here this X, Y, Z. These are called as the 3 degrees of freedom. These are called as the 3 degrees of freedom. Suppose if a component is going to rotate about the X axis, that is going to become the 4th degree of freedom. Then if the component is going to rotate about the Z axis, then it is going to become a 5th axis. Or if the component is going, the axis is going to rotate about the Y axis, then it is going to become a 6th degree of freedom. Or in some conventions they tell if from the origin, if the axis has movement only in the right side, then you call it as a 1 degree of freedom, and the axis having movement from the origin towards the left, then it is going to become the 2nd degree of freedom. Similarly on Y and Z axis, if it is moving on the axis in this direction, it is going to become the 3rd degree. On this side it is going to become the 4th degree of freedom. And similarly on the Z axis, if it is moving upwards, it is the 5th degree of freedom, and if it is moving below the Y axis, it is going to the 6th degree of freedom. This may be difference in clarifying the degrees of freedom, and generally a CMM has a 6 degrees of freedom, and hence this is known as CMM or the coordinate measuring machine. Now you have to remember, in a CMM, this CMM has 3 mutually precise axes, that is X, Y, Z, and on these 3 axes 3 linear transducers are mounted on each axis, and these linear transducers are going to give the digital display. And also these linear transducers are going to sense both positive as well as the negative directions, and this measuring head consists of a probe, and this probe is made up of either a mechanical taper tip, or it may be made up of a ball tip, or it may be made up of a laser tip, or it may be made up of a monochromatic white light. And this probe is generally attached to the 3rd axis movement, that is the Z axis, and the measurement is generally done in this Z axis, and the machine which takes reading in 6 degree of freedom is known as the CMM. This is about the CMM. Now let us discuss about the different types of CMM. Generally there are 5 types of CMMs. The first type of CMM is the bridge type. Now first let us see the schematic diagrams of various types of CMM. The schematic diagram of bridge type is shown here. If you see here, this is the table, this is the bridge. This is a schematic diagram of the bridge type CMM. The second type is the cantilever type. The schematic diagram of the cantilever type is shown here. If you see here, this is the table movement for XY and Z direction moves here. Here this is the cantilever which is protected from the column. This is the cantilever, hence the name given cantilever. The third type is the gantry type. This is the commonly employed type of machine and the schematic diagram is shown here. This is used for very large measurement of the inspection of the very large sized components like cars. Then the fourth type is the horizontal arm type, and this is the most simplest type of CMM. The schematic diagram is shown here. This is the horizontal arm type. Then the last one is the column type, and its schematic diagram is shown here. This is the column type, and in column type we are going to give the movement for table in X and Y directions. Now let us have a little more explanation on bridge type, cantilever type, gantry type, horizontal arm type and the column type. First let us discuss about the bridge type. This sketch or the figure, the photo which is shown here, this belongs to the bridge type, and this bridge type is the commonly employed type of CMM. And here in bridge type, once again they are classified into two types. One is fixed bridge and another is the movable bridge. In case of a in case of a moving bridge, the table is stationary and the bridge is moving, whereas in case of a moving, there are two types of bridge types. One is stationary bridge and another is moving bridge. In case of a stationary bridge, the bridge is stationary and table is moving, whereas in case of a moving bridge type, the bridge will be moving and the table is stationary, or vice versa. There are two types. In stationary type of stationary bridge, the bridge is stationary, table is moving, and in moving bridge type, the bridge is moving and the table is stationary. These are the different two types of bridge types. Now let us come discuss about the uses of bridge type. When we require high accuracy and for moderate flexibility and for medium sized components, we go for a bridge type of CMM. You should remember here, this bridge type is commonly employed for medium sized components, and here we are having moderate flexibility. Also these machines can be employed when we require high accuracy. The second type is the cantilever type. You can see the figure here. This is the cantilever which is projected here. This is the Z axis, probe is attached over in this axis. This is the cantilever type. This cantilever type is generally employed for measuring relatively smaller parts, and if you see here, the operator can assess from three sides, from here, and also from this side. He can easily assess. Generally this cantilever type CMMs are employed for relatively small parts, and here the operator can have an open access from the three sides. Now coming to the users, these cantilever types are generally employed for highest accuracy. Remember this. These cantilever types are generally employed for highest accuracy. We have discussed about the different 5 types. For the highest accuracy, we generally go for cantilever type, and also this cantilever type, these are used for small sized components, and it has lowest flexibility. When we compare with the bridge type is employed for the medium sized and cantilever is employed for the small sized. And among the 5 different types of CMMs, this cantilever has the highest accuracy. Then the third type we are going to discuss is the gantry type. This picture itself shows how large is this CMM. Even this will be this gantry machine is very big. Even the assembled car, which are going to come out from the factory, that size components can be easily measured using a gantry type CMM. And this gantry type CMMs are these are generally employed for large or heavy parts, and this requires the precision as that of it has a precision as that of a bridge type CMM. And coming to the uses of this gantry type CMM, these are generally employed for large sized components, and it has high accuracy and moderate flexibility. When this machine's gantry type CMMs are compared with bridge type, both bridge type and gantry type are having high accuracy and moderate flexibility, but these gantry types are employed for large sized component, whereas bridge type are employed for medium sized components. You should remember, this is a modification of gantry type is a modification of bridge type CMM. These gantry types are employed for large size components, whereas bridge type CMMs are employed for medium sized components. This is about the gantry type. Then the next is the horizontal arm type, and this horizontal arm type are here this arm moves in the horizontal direction. If you see, this arm moves in this guideways, it moves in the horizontal directions, and these are generally employed for large parts. And when we compare this bridge type or any type of the CMMs, this is horizontal arm type is having lowest accuracy, but in terms of flexibility, this horizontal arm type has highest flexibility, and it is employed for large size components. In case of horizontal arm type, you should remember these are employed for highest flexibility, but the accuracy is lowest among all the different 5 types of CMMs. Horizontal arm type, here the horizontal arm moves in the horizontal direction, and in this case these are employed for lowest accuracy, highest flexibility, and large size components. These are the 2 important things here. Here also, as the name indicates, largest component, even the car size dimensions can also be measured using the horizontal arm type. Then the last type is the column type. If you see here, this is the column. This is the column type. These column types are here the table movement is made in the x and y. If you see here, this is the column. This table can be made to move in the upward direction, or it can be made to move in this direction. Here the x and y directions are achieved by moving the table. In case of a column type, the x and y directions are achieved by moving the table. And here the construction provides good rigidity and high accuracy. These are the different type of column types these are the different types of CMM. Now let us discuss about the uses of CMM. Now the first use of the CMM is the profile measurement. Suppose if you have to make the measurement of a gear or the cam, it is having suppose if you are having a gear profile, it has 2 shapes. These shapes can be easily measured by using the CMM. Profile measurement means any type of profile surfaces can be measured using this CMM. That is the profile measurement. Secondly, this can be used for the dimensional measurement. Suppose if there is a square plate, and in that square plate, if there are number of holes are located, if you want to measure from center distance from one hole to the other hole, that is referred as the dimensional measurement. Therefore, the CMM can be used either for the profile measurement in cams, gaze, warp surfaces, etc., or it can be used for the measurement of center to center distances, or from a reference point to the another point. It can be, we can make easy from a common reference, we can make the easy measurement, that is referred as the dimensional measurement. Then third is the shaft measurement. Generally in shaft, we are going to check the circularity or the ovality, or even if you want to check the exact diameter of the shaft, the CMM can be easily employed. Then the next use is the angularity measurement. Suppose if you want to measure the angle between the two surfaces, that can also be easily measured using the CMM. The next use is the depth mapping. Suppose if you are having blind holes or some undercuts in that can also be easily made by making the probe to reach that points, and we can make the undercuts or recesses or blind holes can be easily measured using the CMM. And the next use of the CMM is the digitizing or imaging. As we know, the CMMs are having three mutually perpendicular axes, and on these three perpendicular axes transducers are mounted, and these transducers are going to give the digital display, or the values are easily recorded. At particular point, all the three x, y, z coordinates values are given, and collecting all this data from a software, we can create a surface, or we can create a surface that is referred as the digitizing or the imaging. These are the major important uses of the CMM. Now let us discuss about the advantages of CMM. The first one is the total flexibility. As the name indicates, flexibility, this can be used for the, as already have told, this can be employed for the measurement of either it may be a cam, or it may be a gear, or it may be a warp surface. Warp surface means it may have any profile. If you see a car bumper, or if you see a car bumper, it may be having a curved surface. That surface, any warp surface, can be easily measured using a CMM. That provision is called as the total flexibility. This is the first advantage of CMM. The next advantage is reduced setup time. Now in conventional methods, what happens, if you are generally we are going to, the inspection part is mounted on the surface plate, and from the reference point sometimes we have to tilt the job, we have to use some additional measuring instruments. It is a time consuming, but whereas in case of a CMM, in a with the part alignment or the part orientation can be easily made without any errors by using the softwares, and in the single setup we can make that using the software is referred as the reduced setup time. This is the second advantage of the CMM. The third is the single setup. As the name indicates, single setup, a component may have more features: holes, projections, extrusion, sweep parts. So any type of combination may be there. If you are going to fix the component on the machine, then we can take the readings of all the features or all the parts. This is the third advantage of CMM, that is the single setup. Then fourth is the improved accuracy. Improved accuracy means, suppose if a component is suppose a plate is having say 4 holes, a square plate say size 100 by 100 mm, it is having that 10 mm hole on that plate. Suppose if you are going to measure the distance from any one reference to the other, we are going to use 2 to 3 different hand operated inspection tools. When we are going to transfer the dimensions, there may be chances that the operator may have some errors while transferring the data, and whereas in case of a CMM, in a single setup from the same reference without changing the position, we can calculate all the dimensions accurately, and eliminating this hand inspection errors is referred as gives the correct data, is referred as the improved accuracy. Then next is the reduced operator influence. It means, as I have discussed, this on the three precise XYZ directions, linear transducers are there, and these linear transducers are going to provide the digital display, and this digital display will be displayed on the monitor, and it is going to give the XYZ direction, and we are directly it is going to give the digital reading. Whereas for example, if I am having a vernier caliper, if I measure some one reading, if I am to read reading by me, then I may give one reading, but if I give to some other operator, he may give some other reading, and these errors may be there. All these errors are neglected, and the machine is going to give the digital reading which is accurate, and hence this operator feels that the reading obtained from the CMM is very easy. Hence the operator has therefore the CMMs has reduced operator influence on the measure readings. Then next is the improved activity. As you see, there is total flexibility, reduced setup time, single setup, improved accuracy, and reduced operator influence. Because of all these advantages, these are going to increase the productivity in an industry when compared with the hand inspection methods. Therefore, it improves the productivity in an industry. These are the advantages of CMM. Now coming to the disadvantages of CMM. This CMM, we have seen so many pictures. All machines are very large size. Therefore, they are in complex sizes. These are less portable. We can't transfer this machine just like hand inspection tools. Therefore, this is the first disadvantage of CMM. They are less portable. Then second is the very high initial cost. The initial cost is very high. Then third is, now suppose if some of the component, if the some of the complicated parts are there, if the probe is not reaching, then we have to construct some features on its own so that the probe can reach that part. Lastly, if the software cracks, it is difficult to restart the entire system. These are some disadvantages of CMM. Now, from the exam point of view, the general questions asked in the previous question papers include: state the advantages of CMM. I have discussed about the 6 different advantages. And the question generally arises for 5 marks. If you write any 5 advantages, that is improved accuracy, reduced setup time, single setup, total flexibility, improved productivity, are some of the advantages of the CMM. Then if you want to explain, then the second question, the questioner may ask explain with neat sketch the CMM. And here you have to write this schematic diagram. And just to explain, it has 3 mutually perpendicular axes. On these 3 mutually perpendicular axes, 3 linear transducers are attached, and these are going to give the digital display, and it senses both positive and negative direction. And also there will be a measuring head, and this measuring head consists of a probe, and there are different types of probes are there, like ball tip, or it may be a taper tip, or it may be a laser tip, or it may be a monochromatic white light tip. And these are mounted on the Z axis, that is on the third axis, and the machine which gives the readings in 6 degrees of freedom is referred as the CMM. For sketch, generally they are going to give 2 marks, and then for the explanation they are going to give the 3 marks. And similarly, the next question, the modification of question may be explain with neat sketch CMM. Whatever I have explained here, the similar explanation, and you have to write the users. And in users, you know that this can be generally employed for profile measurement, or for the shaft measurement, or for the dimensional measurement, or for digitizing, or for depth measuring. It can be employed. And write short notes on, and the whatever you are going to explain for CMM here, and in addition to that, you mention the different types of CMM employed. I hope the session, whatever discussed, is covered for CMM machine from the exam point of view. Now, just I want to know, to check whatever the knowledge you have gained from this section. The first thing you should remember, the CMMs are generally employed for what? And here I have given 4 answers, A, B, C, D. Now let us know that how much the knowledge we have gained from this session. The first question is that the CMMs are used for, answer A is 3-dimensional measurement, B, large and complex part, C, physical characteristics of object, and D, all of the above. And just think, now within 15 seconds, if you are not going to recall, the answer will appear on the screen. Yes, you think the CMMs are generally used for 3-dimensional measurements? Yes. Large and complex parts? Yes. Physical characteristics of the object? Yes. Yes, and the answer is the D, and all of the above. Yes, from these 3, it is generally employed for 3-dimensional measurements, large and complex parts, physical characteristics of the object. Yes, all of the above. Therefore, the answer is D. Now, the second question, or the second thing from knowledge point of view, we should know that each coordinate in CMM has a precision in dash 3 direction. It means what you are going to have mounted. Here he has given the answers: A, rotary transducer, B, linear transducer, C, probe, D, laser light. Since he has mentioned 3 direction, the answer should be, you guess, within 15 seconds the answer will appear. Guess whether a rotary transducer is mounted, or a linear transducer is mounted, or a probe is mounted, or a laser light is mounted in 3 directions. Yes, the answer has appeared. It is B. Since he has mentioned 3 direction, the linear transducers are mentioned. This linear transducers give both positive and negative. It senses both positive and negative directions, and also it is going to give the digital display. Now the next third thing you should remember, in case of I can ask a question like this: the measurement in CMM is done by dash attached to a third moving axis. Generally, which is the instrument should be attached to the third moving axis, that is the Z axis. You should know that. He has given 4 answers. From these 4 answers, you have to select the correct answer. Now your guessing time starts. Yes. Now wait for 15 seconds, the answer will appear if you are not knowing. The first answer is cam, second is gear, third is probe, and fourth is key. The correct answer is, yes, it is coming. Yes, the correct answer has appeared here. It is showing C. The solution is C, and the answer for C is probe. Yes, the probes are mounted to the third axis. That is the Z axis. We are going to mount the probe for measurement purpose. This is the correct answer. Then next is the CMM has dash degrees of freedom. We know that if there are, now you guess the time, within this time, now the time starts 15 seconds, you guess the answer. Just I am going to repeat here. See, generally a CMM has 3 mutually perpendicular axes, and these 3 mature perpendicular axes X, Y, and Z, and these are going to give, yes, the answer has appeared. There are 3 mutually perpendicular axes. These are going to form 3 degrees of freedom. If it is rotary or it may be linear on the reverse side, then it has +3. Therefore, the answer is 6. The total degrees of freedom in a CMM is 6. The answer appeared is also D. The answer should for this question is the CMM has 6 degrees of freedom. The next question, the different types of CMMs include. We have discussed 5 different types. You recall those 5, what are the 5 different types? The first one he has given bridge type and cantilever type. He has made tricky these questions. The B, column type and gantry type. C is gantry type and horizontal arm type. D, all of the above. Just start guessing the answer. If you are not knowing, the answer will appear within 15 seconds. Bridge type and cantilever type, yes, it will be there. Column type and gantry type, yes, that is also there. Then he has given gantry type and horizontal type, that is also there. Yes, all, if you see all these 3, bridge is 1 type, cantilever is 2nd type, column is 3rd type, gantry is the 4th type, and horizontal is the 5th type. All are the different types of CMMs. Hence, the answer should be all of the above. The answer is solution D. Then the next question is dash type CMM is used for high accuracy, moderate flexibility, and large sized components. Here 5 answers are given. A, bridge type, B, cantilever type, C, gantry type, D, horizontal arm type, E, column type. Now guess the answer. It will appear, if you are not knowing, the answer will appear within 15 seconds. Note down here, it is used for large size components. Generally I have given the 3 uses: high accuracy, moderate flexibility, and large size components. Here it is the for large size components, and here you are having high accuracy and moderate. Even bridge type we are having high accuracy and moderate flexibility, but bridge type are used for medium size components, but the gantry type are used for large size. Therefore the answer given here, C, is the correct answer, that the gantry type CMM used for high accuracy, moderate flexibility, and for large size components. Now let us study the 7th question. Dash type of CMM is used for high accuracy, moderate flexibility, and for medium size components. If you see the previous question, similar it is there, but here it is employed for medium size. Now let us wait for the answer. You guess. The answers is given: bridge type, cantilever type, gantry type, horizontal arm type, column type. The answer should be yes, the answer is A, that is the bridge type. Now let us see the next question. The dash type CMM is used for highest accuracy, lowest flexibility, and for small sized components. Here the 2 things, important things to be noted, that is the highest accuracy and the small sized components. Yes, you just guess the answer. I have given the clue: highest accuracy, small sized components. The answer is arriving within no time. You discuss, you note down the bridge type or cantilever or gantry or horizontal or column type. Yes, the answer is coming. Yes, the answer is B, that is the cantilever type. Now the next question is the dash type CMM is used for lowest accuracy. Remember this: lowest accuracy, highest flexibility, and for large size components. For large size components, 2 different types are used. One is gantry type, another is horizontal arm type. Now you have to decide whether, and also he tells lowest accuracy and highest flexibility. The lowest accuracy is which machine, and highest flexibility is in which machine. And for large size components, this large size can be employed for either gantry type or the horizontal arm type. But based on this lowest accuracy and highest flexibility, you have to decide the answer. If you are not knowing, the answer will come within 15 seconds. Yes, the answer is coming. It should be. Which answer? Yes, it is coming. The answer is D, that is the horizontal arm type. This horizontal arm type are employed for lowest accuracy, highest flexibility, and for large size component. And the last question given here is the movement in x and y directions in column type CMM is achieved by moving the dash. He has given answers: A, table; B, bridge; C, both A and B, means by moving both table and bridge; D, none of the above. And you start guessing and answer it. If you are not knowing the answer, just wait for 15 seconds. Yes, the answer is coming. The movement in x and y directions in column type CMM is achieved by moving the dash, 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 dash. Yes, the answer is A, that is the table. Yes. So the references you should go through. These are the team members for the subject mechanical measurements. I hope you enjoyed the session. All the best. I conclude with the